Hello, everybody. This is Thug Doug. I thought I'd do something a little different today. I wanted to take you through a game that I played. This was against UberDriver, rated 2208, Blitz game. Um, Not the cleanest game in the world, a lot of blunders, a lot of mistakes, but it was interesting, and I think there's definitely some things to be learned from it. And it also highlights one of my favorite terrible openings, the Halloween Gambit. Um, and it kind of shows a little bit about the dynamics of, when you're trading space for material. I always find that fascinating how, you know, uh, if you get a lot of space, you can give, it seems like it can be worth a piece. I think we've seen that in some of the like Leela chess and some of those Alpha Zero, those type of games as well. So here we go. This is how it went. E4, E5, knight F3, knight F6, knight C3, knight C6, and this is the move that signals the Halloween Gambit. Knight takes pawn. Takes. And push into D5, just trying to grab as much space as possible. Standard move here would be knight back to E5, and there's some tricky lines there. Black definitely keeps an advantage in those lines. Here, however, we see knight B8, which this is basically it. The evaluation of this position is equal now. And I'll show you why. So continuing with the push here, and here my opponent played this knight back, which I gave a question mark. I think the best line here is queen to E7, and there's a somewhat forcing line after queen E7. But it does end up in a draw. So after queen E7, we got queen E2. Then the knight goes back. Knight comes in, attacks the weak square on C7. Knight defends. Push. Queen goes to E6. So we definitely don't want to take that pawn and let the knight give check there. That would be disastrous. So queen up there, and then we have bishop here. Pawn takes. So the idea of the bishop is to protect this e pawn, so that now the knight can basically harass the queen, and queen's gonna have to stay on the e file. Otherwise, if I recapture with the pawn, then there won't, that's what a pretty nasty check there. So queen would come back to e7. Knight comes in, and we have a draw in this position here, just a repetition position. So let's go back. Knight just went back, and this is a very thematic idea in the Halloween, just trying to put that cramp in on D6, then bringing the knight into to attack C7. C6. So that's given us a bad move. I can see why, because it keeps the knight out, but it really doesn't. White's got perma center here, and concretely there's ways to punish this. So natural move, bishop C4, attacking the weak square. Queen here, out to H4, attacking the bishop. Bishop drops back. Queen E2 is probably a bit stronger. I played the bishop back. Knight there. And we have 3, putting the pressure on f7. And here black played queen g4, which is the blunder. Now I didn't see this in the game. Actually, I saw it, but I saw it just a little bit too late. As I was making my move, I saw the reply to this. Maybe you guys want to take a look at this and see what you think. Not only the next move, but the follow-up to it. So I'll give you a minute to think about this if you want to pause. So what I played was queen g4, missing the crushing move. Bishop takes f7. So knight can't take because it's protecting the queen. So the king has to slide over. And the follow-up move, bishop takes knight. So that really forces black to take the queen. And then we come back with check. Black is nothing better than to interpose the queen there. Take, threatening a devastating discover check. So black's got to play this. And this position is absolutely killer for white. I'm going to castle long, and black's going to have to give up material just to avoid getting mated here. But I missed it. So I played queen takes. Knight takes. F4, not as good as bishop. Probably would have been better to play the bishop out, protecting the pawn that way. The F pawn it looks kind of good, but it does open up some squares for that knight, and it does yeah, it gives away a little bit of space on the for the knight to maneuver. F6, I think a better plan would be knight to a6 and to c5, just chopping that bishop off. So I think I'm doing okay in this position, even though I'm down material. Castles. Now the knight comes out, pushing the knight back. Bringing my knight in. Coming in some more here, just sinking the pieces in where it makes sense. Knight comes in and bring the bishop to e3. Now black brought the knight back. I think better here is to take that bishop. Should have taken the bishop. That's a pretty strong piece there. I'm going to avoid the trade. Now black's trying to develop his kingside. Just going to try and put a clamp on the position here. Bring my king out, thinking maybe I can start attacking the kingside, pushing my kingside pawns. Just trying to grab space, basically. Continuing to grab space. And here, I make a little bit of an error, I'd say. I play c4. Problem with that move is it allows black to play a move which he didn't see, but he could play c5 here and really, I mean, it kind of takes away some of the power of my bishop. Plus, it gives black a little bit of a hold on the center. So I think better here would have been I'm not sure what's better here actually. Oh, probably just G4. Yeah, right, G4. Just breaking on the king side. That was kind of my plan anyway, earlier when I moved my king. And yeah, I think just moving forward with the king side plans. So, but after C4, he did not play C5, so that was lucky for me. He ended up playing H6, which is also not best. Like again, like I said, C5 would have been, I think, much better. And then here, I played H4, thinking, trying to thinking of playing H5, and bust up the king side. But still, I think that G4 would have maybe been a slightly better plan. He played his king to H7, and then so here I played rook here, but I think I can do a little bit better by pushing H5 here. Just follow through the plan, bust up the king side, and then I can bring pieces over. But I played rook H1. What did he play here? He played H5, which, yeah, it does stop that. So yeah, so that makes sense. Now I played C5, and that does put a bit of a clamp on the position. So I think I'm doing okay here. Knight came to H6. I'm just gonna get out of that check. Knight G4. Here, I played kind of a bad move. I played bishop F2. That just seems under time pressure that I'm starting, this is a blitz game, starting to get a little under time pressure, just looking for some quick moves. I really don't know why I played that. It wasn't the best. He played rook E8. I think he could have just taken the bishop. I mean, yeah, he takes the bishop. Let's see, there's a line instead. If he goes knight takes, king takes, knight takes C5, knight G5, king H6. This is basically the best I have in this spot, is just to force a perpetual. So that would have been a way to force a draw, at least. But he played here, rook E8, and what I should have done here is, I had an opportunity. I should have played bishop takes knight here. Because you can't take that back to the rook because there's a knight check on G5, forking king and rook. So he has to take the pawn, and then that's looking pretty good, because then I've got that D pawn kind of ready to roll there. Instead I played rook to C1, thinking, okay, let's put some extra reinforcements on C pawn and not trade. That way, if he takes the bishop, he does not get the C pawn. He played B6. That kind of, I think, gives me an in here. So I take it. Probably again here, better to play bishop takes knight. I think that's still the way to go, because you can't take the rook. So, but I take there. He throws in the check. He's got to come back. Takes back. Take again. And again, I think here he should play knight takes bishop, but he doesn't. He plays rook here. I think if he takes knight, takes bishop first, and then slides the rook over. But that would be the way to go. Because now what I can do, finally, I do see the error of my ways, and I do play bishop takes Rook takes, and again here I could have played the check, but I decided to go this way and hold on to the pawn. Came in with the bishop, and this is a bad move. This is I would say is a blunder here. I should just play knight g5. You know, just win that exchange. So after this, and we are getting down fairly low on time about this point. He has a really interesting move, which you did not see. The move is knight takes e6. Oops, what am I doing here? Let's see, bishop there. Oh wait, no. Knight d4. Yeah, it's oh. He played bishop e4, which is okay. I see what's going on. So he played bishop e4, and then here I should play knight takes e6 again. Played rook to g1, and now he's got something here instead of okay. So that's what he played, but instead of that, he should have played knight. C6. Let's see, what am I looking at here? Rook g1 instead of rook g1. Oh no. Okay, so then you play rook a. Oh, here it is. Knight takes e5. That's the move. Knight takes e5. Takes bishop. Rook takes, attacks the bishop. I protect the bishop. He can sacrifice on it, and then take with this bishop. And he doesn't really even need to take the rook here. He can just mop up these dangerous pawns I have, and then he's got this beautiful two bishops versus a rook position. So yeah, that was, I believe that was his last chance to get a winning advantage in this game. So we had bishop here. I played the rook here. He dropped the rook back. Played this. And okay, so instead of the knight sacking in the center, he played bishop f8. I see what he's trying to do. He's trying to make room for his king to come over towards the middle. But yeah, this is problematic. Bring my king up. Knight comes in. Bring my rook down to the 7th. It's all about the rooks infiltrating now for me. Knight comes in. I'm happy to give up the bishop for the knight there. It's basically all about the pawns at this point. Next pawn coming in. You can kind of see where this is going. And that's gonna queen basically. He throws in a few spike checks here, but yeah, there's no way to stop the queen, and it's actually mating a few. So anyway, I thought this would be a real interesting game to share with you guys. Crazy positions, lots of blunders, very non-standard positions. It's the sort of stuff you just don't see in chess very often. And I think that's why there's so many mistakes in these kind of games. You know, a computer is going to see all that stuff instantly. But humans, it just, you know, not used to recognizing these kinds of patterns. But I think it's good. You know, I think it's good for one's chess to, get out of your comfort zone. And it was definitely a lot of fun. So hope you guys enjoyed it. I will talk to you next time. Take care.